So today I'm here to talk to you about low carb versus high carb diet, more specifically in endurance athletes ages 18 to 40. So the keto diet has become a big hit across America, but really is this diet for everyone, including endurance athletes. Looking at endurance athletes ages 18 to 45 and how the need for carbohydrates is essential for performance. There's a study done by Brown and Mann which studies the effects of the high carbohydrate diet versus fat dietary advice on plasma lipids, lipoproteins, and performance and endurance trained cyclists specifically. Through this study, it was found that high-fat diets for endurance athletes might not be as good as we once thought, and it can actually have very negative effects, including heart disease. Now, most endurance athletes do eat a substantial amount of carbs, but some of them have branched off to explore what the high-fat diet versus the high-carb diet could actually do for their performance. We have all heard of the phrase known as carbo loading. And as long as we are smart about it, this is the best way to prepare a few weeks out from a big race or event. And as we start to up the amount of carbs we eat to store for performance, it's actually best to do it a few weeks out and not all the time unless you're racing every weekend. Carbohydrates are actually a key component for any athlete, which it might sound like a shock to a lot of people. It's not just for endurance athletes. Despite the popular belief, carbohydrates should be consumed before and after a workout for best results and can actually be more important to athletes than the amount of protein they are getting. I'm not saying protein isn't the best thing. I'm just saying that carbohydrates are actually considered more important than protein, especially before and post-workout. I actually had a client who told me she wanted to run a half marathon, which was actually really exciting to me because I actually run marathons for fun. And as a trainer, I told her, I'm like, I can get you there physically, but I need you to be prepared to eat right because she was on the keto diet, basically. So now she has ran 2 with me as her personal trainer. The first one, she chose to not listen to my advice and did not change her diet. And she basically was dragged herself across the finish line just to finish. She said she hit mile 7 and felt like she could not continue. She struggled across the finish line and still did not consume carbs post-race, which I was actually kind of shocked about. The second time around, I encouraged her that she needed to change her diet. I told her she needed to be eating more carbs than fats and protein. She thought I was crazy as she lost all this weight doing it the other way around. And she was afraid of regaining that weight because carbs were her biggest weakness. I was like, why don't you just trust me on this one and let's just do it my way this time. And she did. I was like, let's just see what happens. She trusted me. And with lots of advice, not only working out on her training, but also on how to fuel for the race, she ended up running her best race and is now telling me she would like to train for a full marathon. I know the keto diet is a big thing right now, and many people, including athletes, have jumped on this train. However, I do feel the keto diet can work for some people and provide the correct nutrients as long as it is done right. But I firmly believe that endurance athletes need to focus on the higher carb diets over the high fat diets, as that's what our body is used to taking away from this. Thank you.